Are you sick of blowing accounts, spending thousands on evals and still no payout? Then just get a live account, bro. What are you doing? Now, but for real, if you want to know how I, a 19-year-old, made $100,000 off of day trading, then this is for you. If you watch any of my TikToks or Instagram videos, you probably heard me say things like orb, supply and demand, rejection blocks, view op, and you're like, what does that even mean? Today, I'm going to be breaking down every confluence before I take a trade, and by the end of the video, you'll know exactly what they mean and my reasoning for my entries. But most importantly, besides all that, I'm going to tell you what actually changed my trading, because the strategy is not what made me profitable. It was the mindset behind it. So y'all get y'all's journals out, because I dead ass want you to take notes and study everything I'm telling you. And I guarantee you'll change your life. The biggest lie in trading. I mean, everybody, even myself included, wanted the best strategy, the holy grail. You might think that was another indicator, another Discord, another strategy, another whatever, but no, bro, not at all. I used to strategy hop for months from ICT, supply and demand, inversion zone, trend lines, view off, Fibonacci, standard deviation, and of course, you have your days where every strategy works, and then you have your days where every strategy fails. And you might be asking yourself why. And the reasoning is, well, because there's no best strategy. But put all that to the side and let's start with the biggest one, supply and demand. So supply and demand zones are areas where the buyers or the sellers took full control of the market, leaving an imbalance. In my trading, that's whenever you'll see the green box or the red box, you'll literally see it on the entry and then I'll enter above it. Take it long, short the other way, and boom, make my money. But I wait for one more thing to give me that entry. And of course, the higher time frames hold the most weight. Other than the 3 minute, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the 3 minute, I don't know what they put in the 3 minute, but that should be cooked. I start on the 4 hour, then I go to the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, the 3 minute, and the 1 minute. So once I identify those supply and demand zones, I move on to my next confluence. Now let's make room for the big dog, because this is my favorite confluence by far. And this is what I would say is my bread and butter. But before we get into that next confluence, if this video is helping you out, go follow me on Instagram, send me proof that you're subscribed to the channel, and you'll be entered in this week's eval giveaway. I'm literally giving y'all a free chance to change your life. Go follow, bro. Okay, rejection blocks. A rejection block is basically the market saying it doesn't want it. It don't want it. The price is trying to continue one direction, but it gets immediately rejected and then goes the other way. That's showing me that the buyers or the sellers stepped in with enough pressure to go ahead and reject that move. So this candle right here tried to push lower, but the buyers immediately rejected it and then closed it back up. Or vice versa. Price tried to break higher, sellers rejected it, and then the move completely failed. And then whenever I see that, that's when I actually pay attention. I don't know if you know or not, but you'll never see me take limit orders. The reason I do that is because the rejection block is my execution point. When I enter the trade, I don't have time to place a limit and wait for the limit. I have to enter market orders only, specifically market orders. The rejection block tells me which side of the market is losing control. But again, this is not an automatic entry. It's just another piece of the confluence that I use to enter. Okay, opening range breakout, also known as orb. So let's talk about the opening range. So the market usually tells you a lot within the first minutes of it opening. I mean, you'll see if you're a trader. 8:30 candle, boom, the market moves plus like 200 points. Every time you watch my videos, you'll see yellow lines across the screen. What that is, that's the 8:30 to 8:35 candle. I mark out the high and I mark out the low literally every single day. And I watch how price reacts around those levels. If buyers can break above it, that tells me that the buyers are in control. If sellers can go below it, that tells me what? Good job, the sellers are in control. So you'll see here, I mark the range, I watch the price break. Sometimes you'll have the price break above, but then it comes back and then it goes back almost like a boomerang. And then sometimes it just fails completely and goes the other way. That's why I don't trade the orb by itself, but I combine it with everything else. Okay, now let's talk about volume. Y'all usually don't see this portion of my trading. I do take the trades on my phone so I can screen record and show y'all, but I also like charting out on my Mac. A lot of people only look at price, but I wanna know how many people are actually participating. Sometimes you'll have a nice trade present itself, but there's no volume in that trade, which causes it to fail. And volume is simply how much activity is happening in the market. So let's put it like this. If price had moved like 20 points, but there's no volume, I'm not really worried about it. But if price moves 20 points and there's massive volume, that's when I'm actually paying attention and looking for my entry. Because like anything else, showing up matters. So whenever the buyers and sellers are showing up, I'm eating that. Pause. Okay, the next thing that I use every single day, I mean, you'll see it, you hear it in the trades. I took this off of view up. VWAP is volume weighted average price. It's basically the average price that the market has traded throughout the day. And VWAP is super simple to learn. If the price is above the VWAP, that means that it's trading above the average price. If it's below, that means it's trading below the average price. But that doesn't automatically mean I will enter if it's above and I'll short if it's below. For me, I'd say it's more of like a filter, and it's also a targeting range. Usually if I enter a trade and it's below or above VWAP, I'll enter and I'll have that as my TP zone, because most likely you'll have a strong rejection or reaction off of VWAP, and that could reverse the market. Okay, so here you notice the VWAP. Mainly I'm looking for longs or shorts. In this scenario, we're looking for longs. Now look over here. Price loses to VWAP and it starts respecting it. And lastly, this isn't a confluence, but it's what I do once I enter the trade. I'm watching for continuation. All that means is this move actually gonna keep going, or what's in the way causing it to lose momentum? So there's a few things I watch. I'll look out for fair value gaps. I'll look out for rejection blocks being formed. I'll look out for, of course, VWAP, strong rejections. I'm just paying attention. If we start entering a supply zone, I'm paying attention. A demand zone, I'm paying attention. All it is paying attention to your trade. You don't want to enter a trade off a confluence and then not know what to do after that. Know what you're actually targeting, because you might cut a winner short, because trading doesn't stop at just entering, it's also managing the trade. Okay, now this is putting it all together. I'm gonna put 3 clips of my trade so you can actually see what I look for in live time to help you understand my thought process while in a trade.
Let me show you how I did it. Okay, so first things first, we had our demand zone. It was dumping off the rip. I low-key thought it was gonna still keep on dumping all day. I didn't think we were gonna catch these longs just because of the way it freaking tanked through that demand zone. But at the end, we got saved right here. It made a 3-minute rejection block going up. I decided to take it only because if you see my stop right there, it was only like an 18-point stop, so I thought, why not let it fly? We did have previous day lows underneath us to the left. It did end up running for a pretty decent amount. I had nothing stopping me other than a 15-minute fair value gap that I did end up marking out later in here. And then to even further confirm my trade, I saw a 5-minute rejection block, a 1-minute rejection block, I mean a 3-minute, like come on, but they were there. Like great, that's the 15-minute that we were fighting. I entered my stop here. I set my take profit at VWAP. The reason why I put my stop right here was because this 3-minute started forming inside the 15, and I thought that's not a good sign. It stops me out. I mean, it's fine. We made 1.4 on that trade. Yeah, this is the last trade for the day. Ended up working out in our favor, so I had a rejection block off of VWAP. Took that down for shorts. I wanted to target the demand zone. As you'll see here, it worked until it didn't, and then we ended up getting stopped, I think, for 900 something. Yeah, so here it comes back, 900, boom, for the day. I took this long off the easiest strat to learn. Supply and demand paired with 5-minute rejection block off the 830 to 835 candle. Bang, easy longs.
At the end of the day, none of these confluences are magic. I mean, they're pretty close. So if they're coming from me, it's pretty fucking close. But it's when you start stacking them together that it actually starts working, and it works as a team. They all start rowing the same direction, and of course, you get your profits. But you're still gonna lose trades, and that's just a part of trading. There's no best strategy. The best strategy is the one that works for you and what you can stick with. Of course, in a perfect fantasy, you wouldn't want to lose, but if everybody made money, everybody be whipping Lambos, and Lambos wouldn't be cool anymore, right? But the goal is to consistently put yourself in highly probable situations so you can make your money. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and then remember about the giveaway. Follow me on Instagram, send me proof that you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll enter you in the eval giveaway. The giveaway deadline is July 27th. If you need me to explain more in depth, just email me. Just text me on Instagram with your questions and I will help you out one-on-one. Or you could just leave it in the comments down below. What do you want me to talk about next? And be honest, bro, did this video help you or not? Because I know y'all see me eating. Believe it or not, it took me almost a year to start making money from trading. But I'm teaching you all of my knowledge, and I'm trying to break it down the simplest way possible so we all can eat. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all stay focused and let's get this money.